Hello, my friends. How are you all today? I hope everyone's doing well. As you can see, it's Caladium Day, and I wanted to show you, this is one of the pots that I planted up, I think about 3 weeks ago, maybe something like that, and it has really just taken off. As you can see, this is just 3 bulbs. This is it's not a Fanny Munson. This one is the Florida Pink. There were 4. There was a dragon heart. I have that out in the front. That's the one that really looks distinctly like a red heart with a green. And then the Fanny Munsons are pink in the center and kind of mottled. And these Florida Pinks have, this section is like green and white, and then the pink cloud it's a pinker cloud. Yeah, you know, it's like they have maybe 50 varieties, and they have all these different names. And if you're looking at one to the other, maybe if you're a scientist, it makes sense. But you know, there's not a whole lot that I can, you know, between the whites and the pinks, that one I can figure out. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this. And like I said, it's only three bulbs. And 3 bulbs really fits this is a 9-inch clay pot. But I wanted to show you that one. And then I'm going to move this down and off to the side. And I might have to just readjust my camera just a hair. No, I think that'll do it. And I wanted to use my bulbs. We're going on vacation next week, and I wanted to get my bulbs that I had started in trays, and I want to get them in the pots. And because these are out on my back porch, and you can see on the, you're not gonna help me here, are you? When I came out, the wind was blowing this way, and so I had everything set up one way. Now it's blowing back, so that's great. But I wanted to go ahead and get these in pots, because once you put them in pots, they have all of this area for the roots to go down. In a little tray like this, it's really just to start them. And I really need to get them in bigger trays so that they can produce some bigger leaves. And I came out, I had my hands all nice and clean before, and then I started mixing soil. So the nails were all nice and dirty. And I have neighbors walking all around. And I had, before, I got everything set up. I was just getting ready to start, and the lawn people showed up doing my neighbor's yard. I was like, oh, good grief. So then I no sooner got them out of the way, and another neighbor came out, and she started blowing off her driveway, not with a broom, but with her gas-powered blower. And I'm always amazed at people who use blowers to do their stuff. I'm old school. I want to do it by hand. So I'm just going to take 3 of these. I wanted to show you, look at the roots on that. I haven't watered this soil. The soil I wanted to show you here in just a minute. I'm just going to sink these down, make a hole for it, sink them down, and then I'm going to put my soil all around it, and then just kind of tamp that down just a little bit. And let's get a second one. Nice big, and they're starting to grow together. So this is a good time. But these bulbs are a beautiful size bulb. That's a big bulb. You make another big hole on this one, and get those roots in here. I'm probably about a week late in doing this. I should have done this last week. scoot some more soil over that. They're gonna look rough for the first few days. If you do this, you're gonna say, oh my goodness, what did I do wrong? They're in shock. But, and they probably are, but getting them in a good ground soil. Come on, and just tease it. Don't rip them apart. Just tease it. It'll come. Isn't that a nice one? Look at the nice roots on that. I think I could almost get away with doing 2 in this one pot, and then maybe adding, I think I'm gonna do that. Just put 2 in this one because they are huge. I'm not sure if it is actually just 1 or if it's 2 that have grown together. Either way, you're gonna get dropped in that one. There you go, bud. I've used my Miracle-Gro potting soil, and it's the moisture control type. That I've used for, well, you saw that pot, and it's great because it controls what's in here. Is there's perlite and vermiculite in here, and there's some fertilizer, but it's some peat moss also. And so if it gets too wet, then the peat moss absorbs, and then if it gets too dry, there's like little, I think there's little crystals of some sort in it that release moisture. And so I'm going to add some of this back into it, give it a little bit of height. Anyway, I was telling you about my morning as I'm doing this. So then the mow crews show up. I'm trying to set up, and I'm just about ready, and then somebody else shows up. And of course, if you've ever, I live in a neighborhood where very few people cut their own grass. And we cut our own grass, and we do make noise doing it, and Rick blows it off, but usually within 20 minutes we're done. We have a neighbor who seems to make an all day of it. He does a little bit, and then he gets on his phone, and somebody else must call him, and he has to do something, and then he's hot and sweaty, so he has to go get something to drink, and then he starts up the mower again, and so it's an all morning endeavor. And then, like I said, you have the people who don't want to use a broom. They have to come out with a blower to blow off their porch. So I'm going to do that. And that's, these 2 are, this one's, I have to get another one for this. And then this is going to fill in. You will be amazed. This is what the other one looked like about 2 weeks ago. It was real straggly looking, and now, as you can see, I showed you, it's filled in. And I'm not going to water them really heavy. They're going to go down in the front. We'll have a pot underneath it, and I'll put those out in front. Sorry, you're losing me here. And these are even starting to bloom. It's just amazing to me that they do. And now this is the Florida pink. I don't know if you can tell that difference, where it's so much lighter. I'm sorry, this is the pink cloud, forgive me. This is the pink cloud. And as you can see, it's pink with just a little hint of the green around it. And so we'll pull up 2 more pots. And we'll see what we've got in here. Just trying to coax these out. Don't want to kill those roots. And those roots have already started to really hug the ground. I don't know if these were as big of a bulb. Yeah, see how much smaller the bulb is. You can see it's just starting. So we'll go ahead and, 3 will be perfect size for this. Beautiful, beautiful white roots. I wanted to use these on my front porch, on the steps, coming up to the front porch. And I thought that they would make a really nice show for fall. You know, here in Florida, we don't have a whole lot going on. You know, your fall isn't all the fall leaves and all the different things like other people have. We kind of still stick with our pinks and tropicals. There we go. And caladiums are such a forgiving plant. I'm going to put 4 in this one just because I have it. And they've already started to come up. We'll see how that works. Now if I want to decorate this, I can decorate it with some fall, put some fall leaves in here if I want. There's still quite a few, like this one is just going to try to come up. I'm going to stick that one in this pot also because they are a smaller bulb. And I'll give those 2 some water. Now I have 4 of them done. I have 2 more and I'm going to put them out, but I think you get the hang of it. They're not planted real deep. If you are planting them, like let me show you the bulbs. These are some bulbs that I think are duds. They're not coming up. They're not showing at all. The soil's still on it, but you can't see that. This is about how big they are. These are the smaller bulbs. And they might just be slow. So they're going to get planted, but they're not going to be show plants. You know, like these will really take off and be showy. But here's 6 of them. They kind of remind me of truffles, you know, that whole idea that they're dark and black and they look like hell, you know. So anyway, that was all I wanted to show you. I wanted to explain the caladiums. I am going to do one last thing. Hang on. I wanted to show you this one that's by my front door, and this is the Fanny Munson, and very pretty caladium. If I only had 2 to pick from, it would be Fanny Munson and the Dragon Heart. And I'll show you. This is the driveway. And these are the Florida, this is the Florida pink. You can see I have my trays ready. And that on each side of the I think that'll look very nice. Obviously I've got my trays down, and I have my I use little milk bottle caps so that when I put my clay pot up there, if it does get rained out here, if it does rain out here, then they're not sitting directly in water. But I think that'll look real pretty. Hang on. Okay, so now you can see, I think, the sun is glaring at me, but anyway, here's the big pot up there, and let me turn that to a 1. There's the big pot that goes back actually by the front door, and then I'll have 2 pots up there, 2 here, and then 2 down further. That's a volunteer. Do I have any other volunteers? Actually, I think I had some, and they gave up the ghost. But that was it. That was all I wanted to show you, was that if you have caladiums, now is the time to get them in the ground. If you're up north and you want to put them in pots and have them for the holidays, excellent time. I will use a little bit of time release fertilizer, something that has maybe some bone meal in it, nothing that has nitrogen. So remember you're talking about the middle number being a little bit higher. So I hear a truck coming down the street, so I'll give up trying to make this video quietly with just you and me. So take care, everybody. I hope you'll get some information from this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Remember, garden what you've got, and take care. Bye-bye.